let me tell you something.
How they want.
No, let me tell you something. I did my homework before I got here, okay?
We understand that. And
there
also
is
we
no
do that
policy,
too.
there is no rule, and there is no Nebraska state
DHS,
law,
there's not?
county law, or anything that prevents me from videoing inside this office. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Call your district
All right.
attorney and find out.
Well, if that's true, so.
It is true.
But now they don't want you to
100%.
be here?
But they can't ask me to leave a public place without a lawful reason.
Now.
No, you
We can
cannot.
now.
Have I violated a law?
We are asking you to leave. They don't want you.
You can ask and I can respectfully decline. How's it going, guys? Amagansett Press, and we are coming to you today from South Sioux City, Nebraska. We are at the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services offices here. We're just gonna take a look around and find out if the folks here at the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services honor and respect our right to take video and photographs in public and from publicly accessible areas. I am out with Watching the Watchman today, and let me give you a little view of the neighborhood here. Building is pretty much on a highway, so nothing all that fantastic to see, but I always like to try to show you as much of the area as I can. And time and temperature check for you. Today is Friday, December 11th. It is 1:01 in the afternoon local time, and it is 37 degrees, overcast and cold in South Sioux City, Nebraska. Let's see what kind of signage we have on the door here. Freezing out today, but I came prepared. Yesterday I was not prepared for how cold it was. Great video yesterday. Well, I'll leave a link in the description. Okay, so hello. How are you? Was she able to tell you anything about the office?
No, she was just asking if anyone that works here knows that we're here recording. I said no.
Oh.
And she said, why? She like asked why. I just said, because public lobby, whatever.
Yeah, just taking a look at the health office
Taking a
here.
look around at the health office.
So we have some helpful resource numbers here. Small office.
Yeah.
Is this the governor?
I don't know, is it?
I'm not sure.
Might be. State Health Department.
Yeah. Can I just ask you a quick question? Is there somebody else that's like more interested in helping the public out here? You seem like you're a little upset that we're here. I don't know. This is the public health office, right?
Yes, I wasn't aware you needed any help. He said he was just doing video, so
Yeah, well, I was just going to ask you what type of services. My name is Jason. Can I ask what your first name is?
I'll get someone that can help you.
Okay, thank you. It'd be great. And she was asking if anybody knew that we were here filming.
Uh-huh.
I would have said, yeah, you. So, application for economic assistance benefits form in English and in Spanish. Some envelopes. I guess you can mail your forms in. There's not a lot of public information stuff out here on what they do.
Yeah. All services.
Yeah, but as you know how they usually have like a bunch of
yeah.
pamphlets and
Yeah.
information you can take with you. And then the girl at the front desk wasn't interested in giving us any information either. So information's hard to come by here so far, but we'll see if that changes. Whew, warmer in here than it is outside. Hello. How are you?
Can I help you?
Good. I can't hear you.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Can we talk without this piece of glass between us? It's hard enough to hear you with the mask. I can't hear you
What
with...
would you like to talk about?
Well, can I ask what your name is and what you do here?
Okay, can I ask you first who are you? Who you
I actually introduced myself to this young lady who didn't want to give me her name. My name is Jason, ma'am.
okay, and,
Can I ask what your first name is?
and what can I help you with?
I'm asking if I could find out what services are provided here.
Okay, but why did you have to record us?
I'm sorry, I can't hear
You
you.
have to record.
Why do I record?
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on a story about the health department.
Where are you from?
You don't want... Can you tell me what your first name is so I know who I'm speaking with?
From?
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So can you tell me what your first name is?
Can you tell me where you're from?
What do you mean, where I was born, where I live?
Who you work for? Why are you here?
Well, I'd be happy to tell you that if you would be willing to answer one of my questions. You're so far not willing to answer anything. You won't even tell me a first name.
Okay, well, let me check with someone else and I'll get back to you.
Check with someone else and get back to me. Okay. Well, here she comes.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you guys with the media?
Excuse me?
Are you with the media?
Until you'll at least give me
Okay,
your
well,
first name, I'm not
we don't know
interested
who
in...
you are or how we can help you. We're gonna have to call the law enforcement. I'm sorry. We're happy to help.
I
you.
can't hear you. You're going to have to do
You
what?
cannot hear us. Okay. If you don't tell me who you are,
I told you who I am.
are you from the? Are you with the media?
Well, I'm not going to start giving you details about my life. I'm just asking what the services you provide here at this office
If you
are.
want to give us some information, then we're gonna have to call the police. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. That's if that's what you want to do, that's fine.
Okay.
That's up to you.
All right. Well,
Sure. It's completely up to you.
All right.
How are you? Are you a supervisor here by any chance?
No, I'm not.
Do you know if there's one available?
Possibly.
I'm just here to ask a simple question about what services are provided here, and these ladies, for some reason, don't want to answer any of our questions. Is there any way you might be able to get somebody to help me so I can just get the answers I'm looking for and get out of your
I
hair?
can try.
Okay.
I don't know what.
And my name's Jason, by the way. I should have introduced myself.
Ben.
What's your first name?
Rob.
Rob. Nice to meet you, Rob.
Which,
Good to know there's a normal person here at the health department.
well, I don't know if all of us are normal or not.
Well, it seems to be you are for the time being.
I'll check and see if there's a supervisor.
All right, cool.
available, But I, like I said, I don't know. I know mine is gone. For
Okay.
Most of the day. There might be one here, but we'll see.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you. Yeah, might as well have a seat while we wait. How we doing?
Hey, good.
Good.
What do we got going
How are you?
today? Good. Good.
Well, what did the ladies tell you you had going today?
They said some guys was in here with cameras going and wouldn't say
That's about it.
who it was. What's the reason?
We came in and the young lady with the blonde hair there was sitting behind the desk, and we just came in and asked what services are provided here. We're working on a story on the health department. So I asked what services are provided here at the health department. She said she didn't want to talk to us. She'd go get somebody else that would. Another lady came out. I introduced myself, told her what my name was, told her what we were doing here, and she didn't want to discuss anything with us either, answer any questions. She asked me what my questions were, and I said, I'm just interested in finding out what services you provide here, and if you can just tell me what your name is. Wasn't interested in doing that, and said she was going to call you. So we grabbed the closest comfortable seat and sat down and waited for
Who are
you.
you guys with?
I'm just with myself and a fine gentleman sitting next to me.
Okay, all right.
That's all.
Well, I think it's our understanding that they want you to leave.
Well, they would have to have a reason to want us to leave. There is nothing wrong with taking video. This is a public health office, and I'm coming in with a legitimate purpose to ask what services are provided here at the health office, and nobody wants to answer that question for
We
me.
can't make them answer it for you. I mean,
Right, the same way you can't make me leave for just being here with a legitimate purpose. I understand that, but I think what they should do is, instead of denying service to the public, I think they should, I'm not asking any personal questions, I'm not asking anything off color. I've been just as respectful of them as I'm being to you gentlemen, not looking to cause any problems, disturbance. There's nobody here in the lobby whose privacy is being compromised, even if that was an issue. So they could have just got us out of here real quick by saying, oh, the services, here's a pamphlet, this is what we do here. My name's Joan, I'm the supervisor. We met another very nice gentleman that works here named Rob, introduced himself, had a pleasant conversation with him.
So you're just looking for a pamphlet then?
Well, I was just looking, I'm looking to find out what services, we're trying to, there are a lot of people who are homebound, a lot of people who can't get out, a lot of people who don't have access to the internet. So we're working on a story, and as part of that, I wanted to include the services that are provided here at the health department.
where's the story gonna, what platform?
You know what, I don't, just like the major media would do, I don't disclose that while I'm working on it, but if we can wrap this up here with these people and you guys want to have a discussion about it when I'm done, I'll tell you from A to Z exactly what I'm doing. I'll give you my name and all my information as well. I have no problem. Well, I would just like them to, I mean, at this point, listen, I'm like, I can't force them to do their job, but it's a nice feeling to know if you walk into a public, they don't even know if I need medical service. They don't even know what I need. They don't even know why I'm here. I walked in and said, what services do you provide? They refused to answer. So if I'm here needing mental health services, physical health services, crisis services, anything, they just basically denied me service and won't even speak to me. So I would just like them to do their jobs. I'm not asking anybody any personal information. I even said to both of the young ladies that came to the window, just, can I have a first name just so I know I'm speaking with? I gave them my name as a, olive branch to kind of smooth things out a little bit. Told them I was here working on a story. Not trying to secret myself with my camera. I'm carrying around a 3-foot stick here. Nothing nefarious. Nothing off color, out of sorts going on.
Local here, or?
Well, again, I choose not to answer some questions. That would be one of them until I'm done. But once I'm finished doing what we're doing, I'd be happy to answer. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. I just think it's astounding that you walk into a public health office and they deny service because I'm holding a camera in my hand. And there's nothing on the door that says no cameras, no video recording, no photography. I checked
It's just kind of out of.
I checked state law before I got here. I do my homework. And I'm sorry, can I just ask your name and badge number so I know who I'm speaking to?
It's on display right here.
Your jacket's covering it, and I have a problem. I have a vision issue.
Okay.
So you don't want to give me your name and badge number?
Huh?
I'm just asking you to identify yourself. You're a law enforcement officer acting under the color of law in your official capacity. So can you just tell me what your name and badge number is?
It's Officer Hanson.
Officer Hanson. And what's your badge number, sir?
218.
218. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, don't take their road. You guys are law enforcement officers, and you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States. Don't act the way they do. We rely on you for a lot more than that. Oof, aren't you cold out there?
Yeah.
It's freezing today, man.
It's crazy.
And I'm sorry, can I just ask your name and badge number so I know who I'm
Mike,
speaking?
it's Mike. Now there is somebody in here. Now we need to shut the cameras off.
Well, that's not the way it works.
Well,
That's not the law.
okay, but
That's not the law. You're a law enforcement officer.
here's the
right?
deal. Their policy is that they don't speak to the media unless.
I'm not a member of the media.
Okay, then they don't need to talk to you. Here's the-
Sure they do. I'm
here-
a member of the public.
Here's
This is a public
information.
health office.
They said that if you leave your information, they'll call you and contact you.
Yeah, but I'm here now.
Okay.
I'm here now and I'm looking for
I'm telling you, that
information.
I can't force them to do anything.
No, you can't. I understand
Okay.
that. But you listen, you're failing to identify yourself as well. I just asked your name and
I just
badge
said
number.
my
You said
name
my
is
name's Mike.
Mike Morton, my badge number is 217.
Thank you very much. Is that so difficult?
It's not.
No. So what is the animosity going on here? with
There
you
is none.
guys?
But
Yeah, I'm
why-
sure
but-
there is.
But you're asking us all these questions, but you don't want to identify who you are. and who
Sure
you
I did.
are.
I told the young lady my name.
Who are you with then?
I'm not with anybody. I'm with this gentleman sitting next to me. I'm not with.
What platform are you going to post this story you're working on?
What makes you think it's being posted to a platform?
Because you told me it was.
No, I did not.
You said you're working on the story to get
I said
out.
I'm working on a story. I never said anything about a platform. Never, that word never came out of my mouth. I never said posted or platform.
You said you're going to.
See, you guys come in here with preconceived notions about what's going on, and you need to shelf that because that might not be what the case is, because that's not a good idea for you either. You learned better than that in academy. It might have been a long time ago.
Do my job, okay?
Well, you don't have to tell me how to do mine either.
I'm not.
And
I'm
you,
not.
but what you should be doing is telling these public employees how to do their job.
It's not my job to do that.
Well, but it's their job to perform in the capacity that they were hired to perform in. And when a member of the
Okay, one of
public
the- one
comes
of the-
in
one of the-
asking questions related
One
to
of the
what they
issues
do
is-
here, they need to.
well, you were over in the corner videotaping inside.
We were looking at the
office.
construction that's going on in the next building, which is a completely empty building with
But
no,
they said that you were videotaping from the inside through the window.
of the building next door where the construction is
Said it
taking
this way.
place. Never happened.
Well,
Everything I
I'm
do
just-
is, this is the reason I video.
I'm just telling you.
And this is the reason I don't shut my camera off, because once I shut the camera off, anybody can say anything happened, and what do?
I'm just telling you what they told me.
Well, anybody can tell you anything. You know that as a law
Well, you can
enforcement
tell me
officer.
anything too. And
Well, I've been completely forthright with you since you walked in the
so
door.
why would I think they're lying to me? Why would I think you have a reason to lie to me? So why would I think they have any reason to lie to me?
Because they're acting very strangely and not doing their jobs. I'm sitting
Are
here
you-
cool as a cucumber, having a very logical,
Are you
cohesive.
requesting a service from these guys?
Yeah, I am.
What?
Yeah, I
What?
walked in and asked them what services are provided
There
here.
it is.
These are the services that are provided here. Why did I have to get this from a police officer,
don't
not the
know.
woman standing behind the
I
counter?
don't know.
Okay, but then you're almost jumping on their bandwagon, telling me I can't be filming in here. What is that all about? Of course I can film in here. Where does it say I can't film in here? Show me a law or statute or a
It's
code.
against their policy?
Where's that written? Show me the
I don't have
policy.
it. I don't know.
It's not their policy. I did my homework very well before I got here. How are you? It's not their policy, I can assure you that.
So what do we gotta do to get you to leave the building then?
Ask nicely and maybe I'll go outside and continue the conversation with you.
Okay. we
But
can
you know,
go
when you
outside.
tell me I have to leave, that's an unlawful order and that's not
No.
something I'm gonna, I follow, 100% follow lawful orders.
I didn't ask
I
you.
completely
I didn't.
ignore, well, you said to shut the cameras off.
Well, when you have someone coming in that is.
That's not, the onus is on, I'm not HIPAA certified. The onus is on them to protect their privacy, not me. This is a public lobby and anything I can see with my eyes, I can record.
Okay.
That's the way it works, audio and video.
Okay. Well, if that person doesn't want their face on the video, then.
Well, that's, as a human being, I would respect that if they asked me that, but I actually just had a little quick conversation with him. He was being pleasant, smiling, no issues, didn't ask me to turn my camera off, had no issues with it. So I don't want to assume he's got issues that he doesn't have. You know what I mean? And I'm not looking to give you a hard time. I'm just looking to walk in here, ask a question, get the answer, and leave. I would have been out of here in 30 seconds.
Did you get to ask the question?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you get to ask your question?
Oh, I got to ask my question, but it was not answered.
What was your question?
We came inside, okay, asked them I said, my name is Jason, and I'm here to find out what services you provide here at the health department. So the young lady
And they
with the,
wouldn't answer that question?
I'm trying to explain to you. So the lady with the blonde hair right there said to me, I'll go get somebody that'll speak to you. Okay, so then another lady came out with brunette, dark hair, older lady, probably around my age, came out and said, can I help you, gentlemen? I asked her the same question. I said, I'd like to know can you please tell me what your name is? My name's Jason. Can you give me your first name and tell me what services you provide here at the health department?
Okay.
She said, let me go in the back and find somebody else that'll speak to you. That was the second time.
Okay.
She disappeared in the back for about 10 minutes, came back out like I'd never spoken to her before with a huge smile on her face and said, hey guys, how can I help you?
Okay.
Weirdest thing that's happened to me all day. And I said to her, yeah, I'm still asking the same question. What services you provide here? Can you please just tell me your first name so I know who I'm speaking with? I wasn't asking last name, social security number, first name. That's it. She could have made something up. I wouldn't even know what her name was. So instead of answering my question, she said, if you guys aren't going to leave, or no, not leave, if you guys are going to continue to video record, then I'm going to call law enforcement. So I said, oh, okay, call law enforcement. That's great. I'm not going to, doesn't scare
To just handle it, you guys can look out since it should change.
So the thing is, their policy is, these guys are here aren't to talk to the media or whatever.
I'm not with the media.
Okay, but
and I'm not lying to you. I
Okay.
am not a member of the
But it would
media.
classify as a recorded conversation in a
Anything, yeah.
interview type setting,
You
correct?
say you're working on.
No,
you
I'm not
say-
interviewing anyone.
But you
no.
say you're working on the story, which,
It applies.
It-
That's the way we're probably gonna
so
look at it, that's the way
how
they're looking at
That's
it.
the way they're looking at it. They're not gonna give you any more information than what they got you.
And why aren't they going to give me information?
they-
because I'm recording. If
no.
I wasn't recording,
They
would they
said-
have
but they
answered my
said-
questions?
Most likely,
But they said.
So the issue is the camera.
most likely.
They
Okay.
said if you leave your name and number, they'll have someone call you and answer any
Well,
questions.
I could have saved myself a trip and made a phone call. I came down to visit the health
Well,
department.
I'm just telling you what,
Part
I'm
of
just
part of
telling
my
you-
story is getting video and of the building and the area and just putting together a
I think
package.
the building's fine, the area's fine. Sticking a camera in their face and wanting
I didn't stick
information
it-
out of them on the spot without them pre-notified.
I stuck
Now
a
let me
camera in their
talk.
face
I
the
listen to you
same way
talk,
I'm
Megan,
sticking a
listen to me
camera in
talk,
your.
right?
Well, I don't have to listen to anything, but I will. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I don't have to listen to anything either.
Court, you don't have to be here. There's no
We do
lawful reason
because
for you to be
stick a
here.
camera in somebody's face.
I did not.
Everything's
That's you're
fine now.
sensationalizing. There
I
is
think
no
we've
sticking
come
a
to the
camera in anybody's
conclusion of
face.
the conversation though, right? We've established that it's kind of.
I'm
a
not following what you're saying. No,
informal
I'm still stuck
news
on the fact
report
that you're
meeting
saying.
story.
Nope, I'm still nope.
So they don't want.
What
you
if
to
my
do
son's a
that.
high school student? He's working on a project for high school, and that's why we're
They're
here, and
still
I'm
probably
helping.
require some
then you
pre-notification.
would.
No, they
then
don't.
you
They're-
would call and set up something. You wouldn't just.
No, well, but
That's
maybe
all
that's
that
what
they're
maybe
asking.
that's what you would do. That's not what I would do.
That's all that they're asking.
Well, there is.
So we've
Let me tell you
established
something.
How they want
No, let me tell you
it,
something.
and
I
we've
did my
established what
homework
you
before
guys
I
do.
got here.
We
Okay.
understand that. And
There
also
is
we
no
do that too.
policy, there is no
Okay.
rule, and there is no Nebraska
For
state
DHS,
law,
there's not?
county law, or anything that prevents me from videoing inside this office. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Call your district
All right.
attorney and find out.
Well, if that's true, so.
It is true.
But now they don't want you
100%.
to be here.
But they can't ask me to leave a public place
We
without a
can-
lawful
we can
reason.
now.
No, you
We can
cannot.
now.
Have I violated a law?
We are asking you to leave. They don't want you.
You can
in
ask
the
and I can
building.
respectfully decline.
Well, you're disturbing their peace right
No,
now.
I'm not
by
disturbing
that.
anybody.
A-
This
a-
is disturbing their peace. I was sitting here silently until you walked in. This is a disturbance of the
We're
peace
all having a
having,
conversation. Everything's fine. It doesn't need to escalate into anything.
it's not going to escalate.
We're addressing it as that. We would like you to leave, so then we can leave and you guys go about your day.
Well,
and
you
we
guys can do
report
whatever
later.
you want to do. I'm going to leave of my own accord. I'm not going to be rushed out of a public building without
So you
committing a
understand that you
crime.
can't record anymore though with them because they don't want to do that.
I can sit here and record all day if I wanted to.
But they don't want.
Not
to
saying
answer
that
any
I'm going to
questions
do-
Under being recorded.
They don't have to answer. I can't force anybody to answer questions just as you can. Absolutely
Okay,
correct.
excellent. So you
And you
understand
know what?
that they're not going to do
Now
that.
I understand that they're not going to answer any questions. I'm not going to ask them any more questions.
Okay, great.
But I'm not going to be rushed out of a public place for no reason just because you guys feel like you want me to leave. So
Well,
I will
we
sit
had to
here.
Establish that you weren't going to record them anymore though, right?
I'm going to record here in the office. If
I
they
mean
want
them
to.
personally, like sticking a camera in their face, asking them questions. You're not going to do that anymore.
Did you hear what I just said? Didn't I
Did you
just
hear
tell?
what I just said?
Didn't I? You're asking me a question I already asked and answered.
Okay, so you guys are not going to do that anymore.
Asked and answered.
Say it again.
Asked and answered.
Okay, clever. So we're done here.
It's not clever, it's legal. I stick to the law when I do these things.
Awesome. Awesome.
You're not feelings police and you're not policy police, you're a law enforcement officer.
Exactly.
So if there is no
Definitely
law,
not the
if there
feelings
is,
police. I can
if there
agree
is
with you
no
on that.
law being
I can agree
violated
with you
here,
on
you
that.
have no business here.
There is with the disturbance of their peace when you were sticking a camera in their
No,
face.
never
now that
happened.
you understand that you're not going to do that. then
Never
there's no
happened,
disturbance,
never
right?
happened. There was never a disturbance.
That's what the woman just told me.
She can tell you anything she wants to tell you. The camera's the objective witness that never lies.
You're skipping over the issue.
I'm not skipping over
Let
anything.
me
You're
see.
you're skipping over the fact that I walked into a public health office to ask what services are provided here,
What did I ask
and
you
I
when
was
first got
denied
here?
service.
What did you guys want?
That's what you're
Didn't
skipping
I ask
over.
you that when I first got here? What
Same
did you
thing
guys
I've been
want?
saying since I got here.
Didn't I ask you that though? What did you want? I never skipped over it. That was the first question out of my mouth. Exactly. Thank you.
I'm having a hard time keeping up with your circle jerk logic, so you win that
The
conversation.
only one circle jerking is you right now.
Okay.
I'm
So
trying
why
to
don't we
stay
just
on
end
point.
it? So here's
You
what
wanna
I
skip
here's
around
what I'm
when
going
I
to
hit
do.
that
Here's
point.
what I'm going to do to make it simple for you. Conversation's over. Have a nice day.
Perfect. Just as long
And
as
I'll
you
leave
guys
when I'm ready to
understand-
leave. I
just
don't
as
want to
long
hear.
as you guys understand
Don't
that
wrestle
you
with a
can't
lollipop in
stick
your
the
mouth. Don't
car-
eat yellow snow. Don't sleep with your partner's wife.
Okay.
I get it all. I'm older than you are. Have a nice day.
I
Adios.
understand you're getting
Yep.
frustrated, but you
I'm
don't
not
need to be
frustrated at all. I'm
frustrated.
being direct.
No,
There's
you're
zero
not.
frustration.
You're insinuating that
You're
there's
getting frustrated.
typps of issues going on here that we
So-
were never even.
so
I don't need to hear your
So you're saying you
explanations.
never-
I don't
you
need
never
your
recorded
advice.
Inside the window into the building.
He doesn't need to answer your questions either if he doesn't want to.
We never were talking, we're
well,
talking.
if he's-
Listen, conversation's over,
he's
guys. Have a nice day. I wish you the best of luck and stay safe.
If he's videotaping inside of the building, outside of this public area.
Even if I was, that's perfectly legal.
there
even
could-
if I
there could
was,
be confidential information laying around. You can't just.
Well, then the onus is on them to guard that
No.
private information. Absolutely is. Familiarize yourself with HIPAA laws.
Well, if
You
he
have no
did-
idea what my
if
education
he
is and what I
didn't do
know.
that, can you show us the video?
Absolutely not going to show you my video.
Well, of course you're
No,
not.
absolutely
Yeah.
not. No, not the way you're behaving. Might have been on a
I just
different,
asked- I just
different
asked
day,
the
a different
question.
time. Maybe I
It
would have
wouldn't
shown.
been a different day, different time.
Yeah.
You're gonna act the way you act, and this is how it is.
I respond to the way I'm treated. Absolutely correct. Yep.
How have I treated you? Have I asked you
You
questions?
can answer that question for yourself. I'm not interested in entertaining it. Conversation's
We
over,
just
guys.
want
You
to
guys can.
understand that they're not gonna answer any questions.
How many times are you
with
going to
the
repeat
camera.
yourself? Asked,
Until you
answered.
guys acknowledge it.
Just got already done. I don't know what
we
you.
can stay here just as long as you can.
Well, have a seat. You want to order pizza? I'll buy.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Legitimately,
that
you
sounds
guys
like-
want pizza? I'll order a pizza. Knock yourselves out. It's on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about, okay? That's all. we
Don't
want.
tell me what I'm
That's all we
talking about.
wanted
I
to
know what I'm
understand.
talking about very clearly.
The women had an issue initially, now that issue is over, because you guys aren't gonna stick the camera.
No, now the
Just
issue
ask
is
them
over
questions.
because they realize they have no legal standing. That's why the issue is over.
They were concerned
Well,
initially.
Well, if you know what you do when you're concerned, initially you ask the questions.
Well, they're just.
And you try to have the conversation.
They're
And you
just-
try to understand what I'm doing. You don't just deny somebody service when they will. What if I was in a crisis situation and I
I
needed
thought you
help?
said they answered your questions though after they got the right person.
Never, no, when did I say that? Never answered my questions. You were the ones
Well,
that brought
that's
this
what I mean.
information out to me. These women have not answered a single question, not even what their first name is.
Okay.
Nothing.
But-
Zero.
Because you're recording
But
them.
see,
Oh, well, so
But
what does that
the
mean?
thing is-
They're in a public office.
They
but
don't-
their policy.
Does it, well, then they need to find a job in the
Listen,
private sector.
their
That's the way
policy-
that works. Same
their-
thing with you.
Their policy is they don't speak to the media, which they thought you guys were because you had cameras.
I told her I was not with the media. She asked me that, and I said I am absolutely not, just like I said
But
to
if
you.
But they can't ensure that, they gotta have.
But you
prior
said-
notice.
If I was with the media and I said I wasn't, that would be a serious violation of the code of ethics
Okay.
for being a member of
Which
the
we have
press.
to enforce
And
that,
I-
but they don't know that, they're not gonna have.
you
court
couldn't
right here.
enforce that. That would be enforced in
I
a
didn't say
different way.
me, I didn't say myself, I said that would have to be enforced later. Okay.
Whatever you think. All I'm telling you is I'm not a member of the media.
We
I
know
have
that
every
now.
right to be here.
Okay.
If I want to stand here and video what's going on in here all day long, there's nothing you or anybody else could do about that. I'm perfectly
That's
within
fine,
my rights to
recording
do
here,
that.
They just didn't wanna be recorded, I don't think you realize.
But that's
that they
not their
didn't.
option. I understand that. Sometimes I don't want to be stopped by a police officer when I'm
Do you
speeding,
have
but
some
I get stopped
documentation that would
anyway.
show that you are allowed to record them, cause did you bring that, at least?
Do I have identification that would show them that I'm
Never said
allowed to record?
identification. Maybe you should.
What did
slow
you say?
down, don't get frustrated,
I
I'm
didn't-
asking a question, I just wanna know the answer to it.
So repeat your question. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Exactly. Okay. Did you bring any documentation with you that shows that you are legally able to record them and them say no?
The society that we live in,
Oh.
okay, in order for something to be prohibited, it needs to be expressly prohibited.
Okay.
That's the way the law works in this country, right?
Oh.
There is no law saying this is what you are allowed to do.
Okay.
The law tells you what you're not allowed to do,
Okay.
right? So
You-
how would
you
I have
said
a
you've done your research, so
Let
what
me-
is that research? Do you have any documentation to show that?
Do you ever hear the internet? Call your district attorney up. She'll answer, he or she'll answer all the questions
I
for
didn't
you.
bring this to anybody's table. You brought it to ours. We're just asking for it.
All
That's
right.
it.
Well, I'm telling you that I did, listen, ignorance of the law is no excuse on my side, and it's not an excuse on your side either.
Okay.
So obviously you're ignorant of the law, and I'm not.
Okay.
So that's the situation
I'm not
we're in.
asking
So I
that.
invite
I'm
you to
just asking
educate
to show me.
yourself.
That's it.
I'm not here to educate you. I'm here to do what I'm doing. So if you
Okay.
need to educate yourself on HIPAA laws, privacy laws, and filming and recording in a public building,
Okay.
knock yourself out. I would suggest you do that.
Okay.
But I've already done that. And no, I did not bring proof of doing that with me. I don't
Okay.
require proof of that.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't.
I didn't bring proof that I had an egg sandwich this morning either. But, you know, what does that mean?
Yeah. I never asked.
So you guys
if
came
were
in and started
required.
off on the wrong foot. We could have been having a whole totally different conversation.
I think we started off on the fine foot. I asked.
No,
you
I
what
don't think
you
we started
wanted.
off on a fine foot at all.
And
And I'm telling you what, there's a lot of very good law enforcement officers in this country right now who I
Yeah.
respect immensely. Okay, and there are also a lot of officers in this country who are getting good officers hurt. Okay,
Yes.
don't be one of those guys.
Nobody's getting
Behave
anybody
yourself.
hurt.
Look at what's going on. Uphold your oath. Ask the questions and listen to what people tell you. Don't come in like a bully thinking that your gun and your badge are going to scare anybody into anything. All it does is make
I
me
asked
stand my
you.
ground
I
more
never
because
said
I
you
know
guys
what
gotta
my
leave.
rights are.
I never. We asked you what you guys wanted. Did
No,
you
you
not?
told me to shut the camera off.
Who told you to shut the camera off?
Officer Morton.
I said they wanted you to shut the camera off. I didn't.
Exactly.
I
You
didn't-
said it's time to turn the camera off.
Well, now that there was a
Doesn't matter if there's 50 people in here.
okay.
Doesn't matter who's in here.
But
They
the
have
thing is-
private offices in the back, and if somebody has private business, you don't do it in a public lobby.
Okay.
I tend to keep my private issues at home.
Okay,
I don't bring them out
but
into
if someone
public and
walks up
put
to
them
the
on
window-
display for
if
everyone.
Someone walks up to the window and
There's gonna be people sitting
Okay.
here listening to them,
okay.
right?
That's the thing.
So
But-
what's the difference
but
of
the thing is,
recording or
If you
listening?
asked him and talked to him, that's fine. That's not a problem.
I don't have to ask anybody
But you
anything.
told me you talked to the guy.
I didn't tell you I asked him if it was okay to record him. I told you I had a cordial conversation with him.
Okay.
See, so all this is creating a disturbance. I was sitting here quiet as a mouse, silent, not bothering anyone. As evidenced by my little friend here at the end of the stick. Now, if you guys want to start all over again, de-escalate,
I'm not worked up. I'm not. We came in.
you got 5 police officers standing here, and there's no lawful reason
Okay,
for
but
one of
but
you to
listen,
be here.
We get a 911 call saying that there's someone in the lobby.
That's an abuse of the 911 system. What did they tell you? I'm going to
Am I supposed to ignore that call?
I'm going to FOIA request the 911 call, so
Okay,
we're going to find
so-
out what they told you.
so am
and
I-
I hope they didn't exaggerate the situation,
Listen, am I-
because that could put you in harm's way, could put me in harm's way, and could put this gentleman in harm's way.
We don't
Okay,
ig-
so I hope they were honest with
We
you
don't-
and accurate in their description
we
of the
don't
events
ignore-
transpiring here.
We don't ignore 911 calls. That's why we're here.
Of course you don't ignore 911 calls, but I hope they didn't make a frivolous one. I
didn't-
hope they're not
I
abusing
wa-
the 911
I didn't hear
system.
the conversation.
Well, I'm going to find out. I'm going to FOIA request the call.
Okay. We don't hear the 911 calls. We get dispatched.
Well, I'm going to hear it.
Okay. That's fine.
That's all public information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So I just hope they told the truth. Because if they didn't, what they did was put you in risk. Because let's say there's nothing dangerous going on here and they say there is, you're going to come in here hot when there's no need to be, and that could create an issue all by itself. Right? So that could be a bad day for you, and I don't want to see you in that situation either.
No, I agree.
I'm not interested in anybody being put in a bad situation.
no, I agree.
And I didn't put anyone in a bad situation. A camera of mass destruction, that's the only thing I'm carrying.
Okay, guys, so here's the thing. You guys do what you guys wanna do here until 5. That's what time they close, okay?
Oh, I'm not going to be here till 5.
Yeah,
I'm
so-
going to be out of here. After you guys leave, I'm going to be out of here in a few
So
minutes.
just want to let you guys know, keep it down,
I'm not interested in speaking to anybody because as far as...
We just have, he has something to tell you, just listen.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm telling you that I accept what you're saying and I agree with you.
Keep your voice down,
I'm not going to even
do
speak to
what you guys
anybody.
wanna
We
do
weren't
here
even
until
speaking to
5.
each other.
So 5 o'clock is what time it closes, okay? So.
Well, I'm obviously
any
not
other
interested in
questions?
staying here
Any
past
other
closing
questions?
time. Closing time.
Any other questions?
Name and badge number, Officer Tran, please.
Officer Tran, badge 216.
216. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Any other questions?
Do I have any other questions? I would love to know what services are provided here, but all I know about now is EBT and some phone numbers, but I guess I'm not going to get that information here
They said
today.
if you leave your name and number, you can get all the information you want if you call back.
Okay,
That's
so at the end of the day, what you're telling me is we can stay here as long as we don't cause, as long as we don't break
Make
the
a
law.
disturbance.
Break the law.
Yes, just make a disturbance.
As long as we don't break the law.
Okay.
As long as I'm within the confines of the law, you guys have no issues, you're gonna leave and you're gonna let us
Yeah,
stay
we're-
here.
We're leaving right now.
Four cop cars for 2 guys with cameras. Fantastic. Well, all right, guys. I mean, it's absolutely incredible that these people that choose to work in the public sector in a public office decide to behave this way. Doesn't really make any sense to me. And if you're really that concerned with your privacy and you don't want to work in public, go get a job at a bank in the back room counting money or something. Don't get a job. Like I said, people come in here in crisis. People come in here needing help and assistance. And to have women like this working behind the counter, or men, doesn't matter if women or men, I'm just saying women because that's who happens to be here today. It's a disgrace, and it's a disgrace for the Nebraska State Department of Health. And we're going to be sure to let them know that this happened here today and make sure they see this video and make sure that these women get some training and some education. You know, like I said, I think the police, if we were not educated, we didn't know what we were talking about, I think the police would have gone a totally different direction. But knowledge is power, guys, and you got to know what you're doing. You got to do your homework and you got to know what the law is. And once you do, you got to stand up for what's right. And that's what you saw here today. So obviously on a personal level, I'm not looking to upset these ladies. They chose to do that for themselves. I was being courteous, offered my name, told them we were here working on a story. and just asked for some very basic information about the services, which they were unwilling to provide. So major fail for the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. That's unacceptable as far as I'm concerned, but that's what it is. That's how it went today, and that's how it goes. So this officer here is probably going to stick around and try to get my license plate number when we leave, which is fine because I never try to hide who I am anyway. And that's it. So stand up for the Constitution, stand up for what's right, stand up for your rights, and don't take anybody's crap. And of course, the precursor of that is do your homework and find out what you need to do and what you need to know before you put yourself in that situation. But that's it. So that's going to wrap this one up, guys. And as usual, I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment, subscribe. All those things help our channels out tremendously. Gets YouTube's algorithm going and gets our video out to more people so more people can enjoy them and hopefully learn from them. And ask you to do the same for watching the Watchman's channel. He's about to hit 40,000 subscribers. Let's get him there. And he's got a great zoom lens and some B-roll stuff that you won't see on my video, and he also adds information and facts and all kinds of stuff, so check him out. There'll be a link in the description. But that's it. So we're gonna hop back in the truck, head down the road, try to lose our tail here when he starts following us, and see what else we could find for you. So coming to you from South Sioux City, Nebraska, at the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services, watching the Watchman, Amagansett Press. Catch you on the next one, guys. Out.